Good afternoon. Global climate change is the greatest threat to humanity's future, to all that we have accomplished as a post industrial civilization, all of the advances in our standard of living, all of our information technology, all of our robotics, our engineering, all of that is under threat by global climate change because global climate change will erode the natural ecosystems and biological capital that we have come to rely on. And unless we do something to mitigate global climate change, uh, we may well see the collapse of human society as we know it, and we should really be taking a lesson from the history books of what happened to the Mesopotamians, what happened to a lot of the different ancient Chinese civilizations, to the Egyptians, to the Mayans, and so on and so forth. The Romans, the Greeks, all of these major civilizations follow this pattern where they don't tend to last more than 1,000 years, because 1,000 years is about how long it takes for them to burn up their soil organic matter and denude their landscapes of trees. So, I know I've made a lot of videos already about, cool, efficient technologies, low carbon technologies. I made a video about biochar, which I'm going to make more videos about biochar and about carbon negative technology. And I've also been making videos about hemp. I'll continue to make videos of hemp because that's my graduate research and one of my big personal interests. But I just want to put this video out there to show that I'm making a keen refocusing on doing a lot more videos about global climate change, how we can reverse climate change, and all the associated problems with climate change. Because climate change, really, climate change is one pretty big thing here, and there are a bunch of spokes off of it. But the big specter above all is the carbon dilemma. There's too much carbon being put into the atmosphere, too much carbon dioxide. It's reaching concentrations beyond anything we have seen in modern human evolution, going back 100,000 years to the last ice age. And, that's having tremendous effects, not just on the atmosphere and how the atmosphere is warming because it's storing more heat, but it's also having tremendous effects on the ocean because a lot of this CO2 is dissolving into the ocean as carbonic acid is acidifying the ocean and is having a number of catastrophic cascading effects that we are only now beginning to understand. In fact, because there is such a dramatic shift in what's happening to the ocean, and it is affecting some of the most important building blocks of the ocean ecosystem, I would argue that ocean acidification is an even more pressing problem than CO2 in the atmosphere. And this is primarily because if some of the ecosystems in the ocean collapse beyond their use, the ocean's ability to absorb carbon dioxide on its annual cycles will be disrupted, and the atmospheric warming can go further into overdrive. Moreover, some of the technologies and techniques that exist for putting carbon back into, or for putting sequestering carbon through the ocean can be really even more effective than anything we see on land. So, uh, there's a lot of technology out there, a lot of really innovative things we can do, and I think that since this is the great work of my generation and every generation to come after me, I just hope that by putting together these videos and sharing some of the things that I've read about and learned about in regards to carbon negative technology and carbon negative production systems, uh, more people can learn about them and we can speed up the adaptation of these technologies and processes for bringing the planet under more sensible, controlled climate. I'll have some more videos for you guys coming soon. I hope you've enjoyed this and that it's been informative. West Coast.